Good morning. Well, it is a beautiful day, and I just wanted to come on here to just shout out some amazing people who have been doing some amazing things in Knoxville, Tennessee, as my community partners, but also just just as their own organization. First, I want to shout out the City Council movement and their love for the Love is the Answer Community Showcase and all of the young artists that we have been blessed to nurture and promote. And when I say that, we actually do have the best intentions of paying any young artist who is ready to perform in a large venue. We definitely do our best to compensate them, especially all the young artists who have music to motivate the mind and positive messages through their poetry, or if they are performers or dancers. Our whole goal has been to compensate them so that they can take care of the things that they need as artists. So we are so blessed to have the City Council movement who invited us to be featured at their campaign kickoff on last Saturday. So shout out to them. And then I want to shout out the amazing Shara with Ride, Miss Shara and the Ride Royal Youth Dance Ensemble was our very first sponsors of our Royal Glow Up Prom Night. So the Love is the Answer Royal Glow Up Prom Night, which is being presented by Divine Urban Expressions in collaboration with a whole bunch of partners that I deem our Divine Intervention Team members. But us working together, we are moving Knoxville in Love, and especially on May the 27th, where we will present or host our prom night. And that is for any young people that have experienced trauma over the past 4 years and lost through the loss of a loved one. So either they have lost a loved one or they've been just overcoming all the violence that we have experienced in our community. We want to show them love. And what we are doing, we are on a mission to find sponsors for their prom attire so that they can attend our prom. Many of the students who we have registered, like Dynamic Ray, once attended Austin East, which is the school that experienced the loss of now 10. So it's really 10 students who have passed away in our community. It's really more than that, but 10 of them attended school, the same school that my son attended, which is the same school that hundreds of other students attend. So that has left behind stress and a lot of trauma and a lot of things. So some parents felt it was best to take those kids out that didn't do good, wasn't doing good in school, and so that they can homeschool them and get them back on the right track. And also, a lot of those kids were just really just stressed out because of, losing and unable to focus. So some of them may have just quit school altogether. So what we wanted to do is identify those students and say, hey, what do you need to go to prom? And a lot of them can't go to their school prom because they couldn't meet the requirements. And that's all understandable. So we are teamed up with the Beck Center, who sponsored the space, and we will be at the Beck Center on March the 27th, and we are planning a whole red carpet event that opens before the doors open, and it is a royal glow up, so that means it's a glow prom. So we got a lot going on, but that is all because of the amazing people that's doing the work. So I definitely want to shout them out. My next group to shout out is the Canvas Can Do Miracles and Creative Community Arts, and from ashes to glory. But all of those organizations that have stood behind Love is the Answer and Divine Urban Expressions for over 17 a very long time. So let me see. Ray was 3 when I started working with Canvas Can Do Miracles. So that's really 15 years. He's about to be 18. So I just want to shout out all those amazing groups, and there's more. But I also want to say that it's just a blessing to see us working in unity together, moving in love and unity. Shout out to Beyond the Cover Academy, who is actually one of our sponsors for the event. Well, they're partners and sponsors of the prom night. Shout out to let's see, the name of the organization that is sponsoring our food and our decorations is the Youth to Union Job Squad. And let's see, I don't want to leave anybody out. I'm going to come back. But we've had individuals that have sponsored. Brother Brandon, who has sponsored. Shout out to my brother Caleb NFI, the artist, who will be also the featured artist who's going to come through with his glow sticks hit song that he's going to share. And we'll feature Dynamic Ray and Denny Raekwon. Just shout out to all of those community people just moving in love. And I'm going to tell y'all something, y'all. It's a lot of us who cannot qualify for this funding for some reason. And if we had the grant funding, then we could definitely afford our space. And that is something that is that's kind of overlooked. But if we had the right funding, we can afford the space that we need to generate income in. We're not thinking about that a lot of times. I am a dance instructor. I'm a talent developer, and I produce music, but I need a building. And in East Knoxville, there is a stadium going up, and if anybody is aware, they would also know that to rent a space in a dilapidated environment is at $8,000 a month. And it's really sad to say because this is an area where we've been fighting because there was once a time where the Black businesses thrived, and you can probably count on one hand, if you can at all, the number of businesses that are still in the area where the Black businesses are no longer operating because of the urban renewal. There was, back in the 60s, a project that kind of forced the Black community or the Black businesses out of the Black community. So, I guess eminent domain and any type of thing that was put in place. Even I believe they were promised, luxurious living in the projects when they were building them. I'm not really sure. However, the only thing that's standing currently are markers. So, but there is not affordable space. Even Cal Johnson, who was, everybody knows, is the Black millionaire, historical Black millionaire in Knoxville. All of his buildings are now resold, and we can't own any. And I'm really surprised to why they weren't redeveloped for use for the African American businesses. So just a lot of stuff that's going on in Knoxville. I think that the city believes that they're doing what's in the best interest of everybody, but the only thing is they're not connected to the people at the bottom that's having a hard time coming up to where they can even be recognized to even talk to the people that's in charge. They kind of look past us. So just want to say that for those who are working with no money and just trying to do what it is that they can because of the love they have for the community, but because they love they have for their creative abilities, and just waiting on the Lord because they do believe in God as well. So I'm shout out to them. I want to say that the healing, I know that the United Way implemented a grant funding, and that funding was supposed to be for Black-led organizations, but still, those of us doing the work, some of us doing the work, still got left out. Definitely congratulations the organizations that did get it, but it was a little bit, discouraging because those of us who never get the grant funding, despite applying or whatever, all the hard work we put into doing it, we were told actually they was not subjective. The questions were very basic, and they were like questions like, "What do you need?" And then telling them that, well, a lot of us still didn't get it. And there was even an organization that owns their own space. They just need help developing the space so that they can open it up to people like me. So I'm not really sure what's going on, but that makes it so much harder for those of us who are doing the work, who are working with the people in the community who may not have the funds to afford our services. And even when they can't afford our services, we give it to them anyway. So therefore, we do welcome any type of grants and things like that. And well, shout out to Appalachian Community Fund, because that is one of the organizations that will step up and fund us. So anyway, even though it's discouraging, my first mind is to just be grateful, to be thankful, and to just worry about what you do have and worry about what you can do, and believe in the rest will take care of itself. So thank you for listening. This video is very long, but I think it's long overdue. And I just want to say shout out to anybody who is supporting our Love and Unity Fund. If you are listening to this message and you know somebody who is looking for genuine community-based organizations, small Black businesses, whether they be nonprofit or just social enterprises that need the funds to be able to pay their bills, because that's what we're on. We need to be able to take care of our family, and so we do have small businesses that really are operating much like nonprofits, but we are really have high hopes of becoming, that Black led business one day, minority owned business. So we are just doing what we can to grow. But if you want to sow into myself, my organization, which is Love is the Answer, the Community Showcase and Divine Urban Expressions, which is a productions company that produces healing arts productions, and just we collaborate with the community, and we are about mobilizing the community to become a support system for artists and young artists and their families, not just the young artists. But anyway, if you love what you see, go to the back of the Chain Center. You'll see the Love is the Answer mural that we produce. And if you want to go on YouTube to our Divine Urban Expressions channel and check out our live stream, if you love any of that and you want to support that, and if you've seen my son Dynamic Ray and you love what he does, please consider giving to our Love and Unity Fund. So it's a Love and Unity Love Fund on Cash App, $ Love and Unity LUV Fund, which is our Love and Unity Ventures Fund, which will ultimately help us to be able to afford overhead. So we're not asking for a handout. Once you give, check out our upcoming showcases and come to a free show. We are performing, and we know that a lot of people that we have messages for, they can't afford the tickets. So we have as pay what you can. So if you give to our show, just come and see and be motivated to overcome via expressions, whether it's trauma and whether it's the cycle of violence. We want you to come. And if you have gifts and talents, we welcome you to give, to contribute to the showcase via time, resources, or talents. At this current moment, we really welcome the use of a large space. So please contact me if you have an abandoned building, or if you just have a space that you would like to, make sure that you get a great steward in that space. We want to pay rent, but we really, really want to be able to own the space, and so that we can generate income in that space and just cut the cost of overhead. So please, just check us out. Facebook, We are working on developing our actual website, but you can go to Facebook. And we do have a website, well, we do have a Facebook page, Divine Urban Expressions. We have the Love is the Answer Community Showcase page, and you can find out more about the mural and all of the kids that we have commemorated that are no longer with us. They are being featured one by one on our Love is the Answer mural Facebook page. That's a lot. It's 15 minutes. I don't want to talk too much. Follow us and come to the show or give via Cash App. You can go to our pages to look for the link, but you can look me up, Felicia Uzi, and I am the executive producer of Divine Urban Expressions, Culture, Arts, and Dance. Oh, stay tuned for our Love is the Answer, One Love concert series where we're motivating all to overcome via expression. One love. I